We come to our last day this week as we just have reflections about the retreat and how we were able to spend time in the Bible and how we were to look at Jesus, our lifeline, how the Bible is the lifeline for our daily living, and how we can be a lifeline to one another. I tell you what, if you would like to have the one-day retreat come to your church or to a group that you want to put together, we would be more than happy to accommodate that and make that happen. Because we just want to encourage all of you women to be able to live a life that is dependent on God and in His Word. And you will be strong. The question for today: how do I raise teenagers in this day and age so that they don't resent or reject Christianity? That was a real question asked in that very room on our last day of the retreat. One of the women said, "This generation seeks real. They don't want fake. They don't want the over Bible-y or the Bible thumpy, right? They want to know what's real. How do we raise those children so they don't reject the Christ we've come to know and love and believe?" Well, I would say that we have to think about the fact that it starts right here with me. It starts with me. You have to love God first and foremost with all of your heart. Not be perfect. We're not looking for a perfect family, but do you love God first with all your heart? As it says here, I was going to read Matthew 22, the greatest commandment, he says, is you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment. And a second is like it: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. And on these two commandments depend all the law and the prophets. Now, there couldn't be another neighbor more close to you than your own family. So love on your family, but remember it starts with you. Now, one of the things about teenagers is that they have to learn and they have to go their own way so they can figure out for themselves who Jesus is to them. So I would say, remember, we might get embarrassed. There might be times their choices would not represent what we would do. But you know what? We need to see that maybe that's our own pride that wants to have that perfection that really only resides in God. So drop that, because the kids want to see you real and they want to see you love Christ no matter what, even when they make mistakes. Build your relationship with your kids always, no matter what. And share life principles as they come up and as you interact in life, as Deuteronomy 6 would say. But I want you to remember a couple other principles. Be ready to be more mature than your kids. You've lived longer, you may know God more, maybe, and recognize that they are also watching how you react to them. Again, you won't be perfect. You'll make mistakes. So what do you model? Asking forgiveness, telling them you're sorry, finding ways to constantly let them know that you love them. Pray for them. Pray earnestly for them and give them over to the Lord. Another thing that someone said, it may have been Marie, she said, stand on trust bridge. You know, the verse, it says in Proverbs 22, verse 6, train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. And this proverb isn't just some sure formula that you're going to have a perfect family, but it is saying that profound influence that a parents can have on their children. And so you don't want to not do your part in raising your children to know the ways of the Lord. And training them in the way that they should go isn't just some kind of college choice, but helping them to see an eternal choice to live for God. They won't forget. They won't ever forget who you represented. It's whether or not they choose to follow the same God, but that's not your problem. That is God's. Again, we stand on Trust Bridge. We know that our goal is not a perfect family to find and to feed our own pride, but rather our goal is for us to honor God with what He has given to us. And to that point, He's given us our family, and to honor Him with our lives and leave the results to Him. Look to the lifeline of God. Read the lifeline and be a lifeline to your children. I know that we'll be able to encourage each other again and again and again. So I'm thankful to have spent the week with you, and I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.